Welcome back, sports fans, to another episode of Tiger Takes. I'm Turner Keck, joined by my co-host, Brace Mullett, and we're here to talk to you guys about the last couple weeks of sports, as we always do. Starting, of course, as we also always do, with NCAA football. Notre Dame upset by Clemson. A lot of sad Irish fans here this weekend.
Yeah, Notre Dame, I feel like they have a really solid squad, and I feel like they've been in just so many big games this year.
And they're just so they don't perform in them, I feel like.
Yeah, well, it's just close every time, and they'll edge a lot of them out, and they'll get past a couple guys, but then they'll just field 10 guys against Ohio State or lose to Clemson. So it's Notre Dame. I feel like their like talent level as a team is so good, but just these last couple, just prevent them from being in that upper echelon of teams this year.
And another team that's been struggling in their big games, USC, has dropped 3 of their last 4, and fun stat line, they've given up 265 points in the last 6 weeks, which is like 20 less points than Iowa has given up in 2 seasons of college football.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable statistic.
There's only so much you can get out of a quarterback when your defense couldn't stop anybody.
Well, that's just an absurd number. Like, that is just like putting that in perspective of just dividing by 7. Like, that's just an absurd amount of touchdowns, or just unbelievable. I mean, it's Caleb Williams. I'm sure I've heard his name less and less in the Heisman race and stuff. I think he'll still be number 1 overall in the pick this year. But it's a USC. It's not their year.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams, he's being talked about a little less, and it's a little bit of a disservice to him. I think he is a really good player, and he is like a really good quarterback, but a quarterback can only win you so many games.
That's a staggering amount of points given up, though. That's unbelievable.
And then a little more Pac-12 action. UCLA was upset this weekend by Arizona, and Air Force, who snuck their way into the top 25, was upset by 20 to Army. So a little bit of a shift in the rankings from some of these lower-ranked teams.
Yeah, some good movement. Excited to see it.
And then, in other news, Florida State secured a spot in the ACC championship for the first time since 2014. Fired up about that one.
Not really much of a surprise on that one. I think Florida State, pretty easily the best team in the ACC.
Having a great season right now.
Yeah, it's like other teams that would come to mind to be in I guess outside of the ACC or have bigger aspirations. Maybe it's maybe Duke. USC is way better than them. Or, FSU, rather.
Yeah. And then really good week next week. I'm excited to get to watch some of these games. Number 3, Michigan versus number 11, Penn State. Number 7, Tennessee versus currently number 12. Their ranking will be moving after their loss to Georgia, Missouri. Number 10, Ole Miss will be playing number 2, Georgia. So very exciting weekend. I think a lot of good games will be coming up. And then shout out the hometown. Monon Bell this weekend at Wabash.
I know.
Get hype.
The 9-0 DePauw Tigers rolling into to Crawfordsville to take on the Little Giants.
Got to show a little D3 love.
Absolutely. Get hype.
Going to be an electric weekend.
I know. I don't know about you, I have no doubt DePauw's winning that game.
Oh, this is going to be your first experience on the other side of it since you're a retired player.
But, DePauw all the way. Let's go.
And then in the NFL, not a whole lot of eventful news this weekend. Dolphins struggled with the Chiefs in Germany, cost themselves the game kind of with a bad throw that would have been a touchdown had Tua not way underthrown it, and then a bad snap on 4th down to prevent them from tying the game. Sucks to see, but good team.
Yeah.
Chiefs are a good team.
Absolutely. 2 good teams.
Those European games are tough.
London, you never know with the London games. I feel like you just got to throw those out.
Yeah, they're starting. This one and I think the next one are both in Germany.
Oh,
which is interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
And then the highlight of the weekend, C.J. Stroud is confirmed that dude.
Yeah,
he's that dude now. I was not high on him coming in, but he's got 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's thrown for a lot of yards. I don't have the number, but a lot of yards. And I think he's shown that he's that good.
Yeah, that he is just there's no hole in his game right now. He just looks so good, and just every comparison I've just agreed with. I've heard people say I've heard talks of this might be the best rookie season by a quarterback ever. And it's like when you look at the other rookie seasons, it's like other ones that come to mind might be
Justin Herbert's rookie year.
Yeah, or Dan Marino, or like RG3, going back in that bag. But like CJ Stroud is right there in that mix, and even maybe at the top. Like he is just having an unbelievable year and is just so valuable to that Texans team. And it's like there's no reason to think he won't get even better.
Honorable mention for the guy who came second place in the That Dude rankings. Josh Dobbs coming in off a trade to Minnesota. Didn't know the snap count, didn't know the playbook, didn't know his teammates' names. Leads a comeback against Atlanta. That was cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then the Giants, with Daniel Jones now out with an ACL injury and dropping their 7th game, they're officially cooked.
They're cooked.
The notes say they're cooked. I say they're cooked. The Giants are cooked.
I'm also going to say they're cooked. The official analysis is in.
The breaking news, Giants are cooked.
Yep.
Then next week, while we get a good Saturday of college football, rather weak Sunday, not a lot of close games based on the eye test. I am excited actually for Thursday night football though. The battle of bad between the Panthers and the Bears will be exciting to see.
Oh yeah.
However, don't know how much like good football we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you have a down week. Well, but maybe that's also something good might emerge. Somebody's favorite team might get a big upset.
And then on to the NBA, which is finally getting in gear now. Wembanyama versus Chet for the Rookie of the Year race already looks like it's just set in stone that'll be the 1 and 2 in some order.
Yeah, they've definitely risen above the other prime candidates. The like mid tens, late teens, like eventual rookie that pops up in every year hasn't really shown themselves yet. And Brandon Miller's playing good. He's like shown good defensive flashes and just an all-around okay guy. But he hasn't. And Scoot has just been kind of shockingly bad. Last time he's really
disappointingly bad.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to make any decisions because he's on the Blazers, such a turbulent team. Everybody's kind of fighting for minutes. But he's shooting like 9% from 3, I think. But that also is like Scoot shouldn't be taking threes. It's like go to the rack, you know. But it's also weird because it's like Shaedon Sharp is on his team, and he's like really he's also that kind of player and super athletic. So
I think it's a tough ask to ask any rookie to compete with two guys who are both 7'2+ and move like they're guards. That's like two freaks of nature playing together, competing.
So much fine ball skills between Wemby and Chet. You know, it's like Wemby, like every other highlight I see of him is I just have my jaw on the floor. Like it's just I'm not used to it yet. I don't know if I ever will. Just watching him move out there is just unbelievable. And Chet too, he's kind of flying under the radar. It's like I
saw a thing. It was the people who are like the top 3-point shooting percentages right now. And I mean, obviously it's early in the year, but Chet was like over 50% right now.
Yeah, it's like on good
or
attempts too.
If he wasn't over, he was like very close to 50.
Yeah, which is like above 40 is amazing. Just for all of course everybody knows that, but yeah, I think if I was going to give the award out based on these first 8 games, it would probably go to Chet. But I am very excited for the awards race, man. It's exciting.
You might have to pop into your room and watch some basketball with you this year.
I know.
I haven't been a big NBA guy.
Yeah, it's been good. At the beginning of the season, the standings kind of look how everyone kind of expected.
Yeah.
I think Nuggets and the Celtics have lost 1 game. Celtics had a good game last night against the Timberwolves. I'll tell you what, Anthony Edwards, speaking of those dudes, he's that dude. Oh, my gosh, he's good.
What do you think of the in-season tournament format?
Jury's out.
The courts look crazy.
Yeah.
The courts look insane.
Yeah, it's I don't know. In-season it's a good idea theoretically, but no one knows the rules. Like I don't even know the rules, and it's like if anyone should know, it'd be
I've
me.
heard it's like there's six groups. The top 8, the winners, and then the 2 other teams advance, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then they play an 8-team tournament, which is weird.
Hey.
It's an interesting thing.
Maybe I'll get more into it as the season goes on. Maybe I'll buy in. Maybe I'll be the biggest in-season tournament fan by the end. But
then to introduce your new little bit here.
Indeed.
The Michael Porter Jr. / Cam Thomas Bucket Getter Award.
Yep. This is a pretty exclusive, prestigious club that is just starting up this week.
You got to be able to do
officially.
one thing and one thing really well. That's score the rock. and you also cannot pass it. That's
No.
like that's like the 2 requirements to be in this group.
Yeah, I need it to be in this club. When the ball comes into your hands,
You've got the green light.
Yeah, you're shooting over somebody in MPJ's case, or you're just eating up 20 seconds of the shot clock like Cam Thomas, and just getting a bucket though somehow. And those guys have to be the inaugural inductees because they're just on another level. You know, I love watching Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. That dude is just insane. He had a little bit of a shaky start, but now is really coming on, and he has had like 2 27, 29-point games back-to-back. Playing defense now. Can you believe that?
I never thought I'd see the day. One day I'm going to see a line where he has over 5 assists, and
No.
I think my head will explode like a cartoon character.
I don't know. That would be his all-time record. He has 4. His all-time record is at 4, I think.
That's insane.
But yeah, we're gonna start the club. We will be when we deem it fit, we will induct a player into this prestigious, exclusive club.
Moving on to college basketball, started up Monday night. Very exciting for that to be back. For all the Purdue fans, Zach Edey is back. It's like his 9 millionth year of college basketball, and I hate watching him, but he is back.
Yeah, 9 million. That's a big number, man.
He's been in college forever, dude, and I hate watching him play basketball.
Yeah.
It's like a 7-foot toddler. He like wins because he's so much bigger than everybody.
Yeah, the way he lumbers is
But he just doesn't look athletic, and he doesn't look like he wants to really be there. He doesn't look like he has any aspect to his game other than tall.
Hey, you know, it's Purdue will probably be a 1 seed and then lose early in the tournament again, as they always do.
And then for all you guys who like to predict your early November, December losses for top 10 teams, whoever put Michigan State on their bingo card, you guys are the winners. Upset by James Madison at home last night. James Madison is so up right now.
So up.
I saw a thing in the last 6 days. They beat the number 1 men's college soccer team. They beat the number 4 men's basketball team. Their football team is 9-0. James Madison's athletics are up right now.
I know. Shout out to them, man.
But overall, I mean, not a lot to report from that. Only one night of college basketball at the time recording this. And good to have it back. Great to have it back.
Absolutely. Winter sports. We're rolling.
And then the NHL starting to get through to their out of the first part of the season, out of the like early couple games jitters, and Canucks on their best start in franchise history at 9-2-1, led by Elias Pettersson, who now stands alone at first in points in the league. Quinn Hughes stands at second and first among defensemen, and then Thatcher Demko second in save percentage. And watching them last night, they broke the Oilers. They've played them 3 times. They've beat them by like 4 goals each time, and they just look broken. Connor McDavid was losing his cool. Leon Draisaitl losing his cool. The Oilers coach losing his cool and getting ejected. Just looks like they play San Jose in 2 days. If they lose to the only team in hockey that hasn't won, it'll be quite disastrous for them. Then speaking of the San Jose Sharks, gave up 20 goals in 2 games last week. Now,
Yikers.
that's not a good amount of goals to give up. And then another team who I think a lot of people came into the year thinking were going to be not too great, the Ducks. Low-key not that bad. They're doing pretty good. They've beat some weird teams, like beating the Vegas Knights for some reason, who also lost to the Blackhawks. So if you're a mid-hockey team, you will beat the Knights, is the formula. And I mean, good to have all the sports picking up again.
Truly.
Next episode will be a great time when we're 2 weeks in. You know, college basketball's been in for 2 weeks. NBA's been in for like a month. NHL will be in through the thick of it. It'll be great.
Indeed. Absolutely. Get hype.
Sports are back. Sports are awesome. I mean,
Indeed.
basic analysis right there.
Yeah, we got Tiger takes. You got takes, Tigers.
Takes from Tigers.
There we go. Absolutely.
All right, well, that's going to be all from us. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next episode.